Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to James's Snooker Nation. And in today's video, we're talking the Ryder Season World Masters of Snooker 2024. Yes, this is the first event in Saudi Arabia for the new Ryder season. This is hopefully going to give you everything you need to know for the competition, because there's a lot of speculation and a lot of questions that have gone unanswered. So I've tried to my best to compile all the information I have right now for you guys in terms of prize money, what happens with the 167, where's the golden ball going to be, who's playing in it. So let's get straight into it. So it's going to be held at Boulevard City in Saudi Arabia, and it's going to feature the top 8 seeds from the last 2 years on the last 2-year ranking list. So in order at the moment, that currently stands, we've got Ronnie Sullivan, Judd, Mark Allen, Luca, Brecel, the reigning world champion, Mark Selby will be heading out, along with Shaun Murphy, Mark Williams, and the captain, Ali Carter. So we also have 2 additional local wildcards, and I must apologise if I don't get the pronunciations of these names quite right. But from Qatar, the first local wildcard we have is Alobaidli, and he is an amateur from Qatar. Now, thank you very much to Ben Hudd here, who's given me a little bit of information about Qatar's Ali, who is one of the wildcards in this tournament. And he says that he's a great 9-ball player, 9-ball pool player, that is, of course. Played in the World Pool Championship plenty of times and beaten some of the elite players. So, yeah, great to know that he's kind of involved in the 9-ball pool scene. Didn't know that myself. Whether he stacks up against these snooker boys, I'm not quite sure, but an interesting one for sure. So thank you, Ben, for that information. We've also got Omar Alajlani, I believe that's how you say it, from Saudi Arabia, who is also an amateur. And interestingly, I headed to his professional results here. So he was a professional, and I don't know if there's any more results, but this is all the professional results that I could find at the moment. So this was the 2019 to 2020 season, as you can see here. And interestingly, he's only won 1 match according to Q Tracker here, but he played Barry Pinches in round 1 of Q School, and he beat him 4-2. So not a bad result for him, I guess. Made breaks of, by the looks of it, made a 50 break there, I think that is. So, yeah, they're kind of the stats. I mean, the other games, he lost, so not really much worth sort of looking into those. But interesting just to know that, he is capable of beating someone like Barry Pinches, who still, is a great player. So that is a little bit of information about him in case you didn't already know. Okay, so let's take a little look at the draw. Now, this is according to snooker.org. I don't know if this has been confirmed by World Snooker, but these guys are spot on with their snooker information, so I'm sure we can trust these guys. So we can see the wildcard round, which happens before the quarterfinals, will be seed 8 and seed 9, which is Mark Williams, seed 7, and Ali Carter, seed 8. Ali Carter here will be playing the Qatar player, Ali, so Ali versus Ali, actually, and that will be taking place. These are all local times to me, which is in the UK, so that should be, and it looks like it's kicking off at 7 p.m. So take all this information with a little bit of a pinch of salt, because these times, this draw hasn't been officially confirmed by World Snooker, but these guys, they're best in the game for this kind of thing, so I'm sure they've been able to compile this from somewhere. And Mark Williams will be playing the Saudi Arabia player Omar at 7 o'clock as well, according to this website. So I don't know if it's going to be a 2-table setup and they're going to be playing at the same time. Not quite sure on that. But again, it's all kind of questions that will be answered within the next coming days, and I will keep you guys updated on Twitter and on all the other kind of social medias out there. So make sure you are following me on Twitter, guys, at James Snooker. Luca Brecel will play the winner of Ali versus Ali in the wildcard round. We've got Mark Allen versus Mark Selby here as well. Judd will take on Shaun Murphy, and Ronnie will play the winner of Mark Williams versus the other wildcard player, which would be the Saudi Arabian Omar. All these matches are going to be best of 7 until the final, which is a best of 9. And we've got some good matches here. I mean, Mark Allen versus Mark Selby, Judd versus Shaun Murphy. The top 8 players in the world. It's going to, it's going to be, we're going to have some great matches, and hopefully it will kick up some good results. So, the additional points, the prize money. Now, according to the Snooker Club podcast, the prize money for the winner will be $250,000. And supposedly every player who just turns up will receive $50,000. So I'm not sure if that applies to the guys who are in the wildcard round as well, and for the two guys that are going to be wildcarded in. If it is, it's a little bit controversial because I know there's loads of guys on the tour that aren't earning that amount of money in the whole year, that are playing, you know, on the professional tour. So not sure how the rest of the tour is going to take that. It's a little bit of a dig to the other players outside the top 8. But again, it is what it is. You know, the Saudi Arabian competition, we always knew that this was going to, you know, have a lot of money involved. So it's just one of them things. And we still don't know if there's any prize money at all for making a 167, which is obviously the new maximum break that you can make with the golden ball, which brings us on nicely to the topic of the 167. Now, I was sent this Instagram comment that was made by Mark Allen today, and supposedly this is what he's been told by the guys at World Snooker. So the golden ball will stay on the table and we will be placed in the middle of the bulk cushion. And it will be removed if a 167 is no longer possible. So if it is moved legally throughout the frame, say players play safe off of it, that kind of thing, then it will be left to its own devices until it needs to be potted. However, if a player is making a 167, I imagine that it probably wouldn't get disturbed, to be honest. So the best answer that I can give you guys for if a player is going to hit and pot the golden ball is that they would have to pot it from the top of the bulk cushion in the middle. Because if someone is on a 147, it's very, very rare that any balls go up that end, especially like the white, the cue ball. So that's the best guess. Obviously, it can be moved otherwise. But if a 167 is no longer possible, say a player pots a pink after a red, then it will be removed from the table. Okay, so how to watch this? So if you are looking to watch this, it is possible to watch. It will be possible to watch on Eurosport 1 for people in Europe. And if you are anywhere else in the world, then I always do my best with every competition preview that I do to leave a link down below for where you can watch this if you are anywhere else in the world. So try and cater for everyone. And hopefully, World Snooker will be able to sort of cover, everywhere in the world so that everyone can kind of tune into this, see how it goes down. Because it is an interesting competition. There's a lot of controversy with it, of course, at the moment, with Saudi Arabia being what it is. We're not going to go too much into that in this video. But nonetheless, it is an interesting competition. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out with the golden ball, how the whole event's presented. There's a lot of questions as to, is this just a marketing kind of ploy from Saudi and the Saudi government to see if they're trying to just advertise the country as a whole. So it will be interesting to see kind of how the advertisement works between frames, between matches, that kind of thing. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's certainly got people talking, and that is for sure. So please remember, guys, if you want to stay completely up to date with this competition, make sure you're following me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for full kind of following of this competition. Please leave your thoughts in the comments about this competition. And apart from that, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're excited for this competition. We'll see how it goes down. Again, lots of controversy. Please do discuss in the comments what you think about all this. And apart from that, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy the video. Thanks very much for watching, guys.